You guys, today I decided to make some soul food. I have some collard greens, some fried oyster mushrooms, some cornbread, some candy yams. This is mac and cheese, but this is jerk mac and cheese. And then for the oyster mushroom, I have barbecue jerk sauce. And then to drink, I have a raspberry lemonade. It has ginger, mint, raspberries, limes. It's really good. Okay, let's get started. So it took me a long time to cook this. I started around, let me see, around 3 something. And yeah, it took a while. But I was in the mood for this, so I made it. I put some hot sauce on my collard greens too. What's that hot sauce called? Cloud 23. You just need a little bit of that and you're good. Let it soak in there. Look at these greens. Don't they look so good? Let me you know when you have to move the plate. They're so good. They're so nice and tender. I don't like eating this late. And I could have started earlier, but I went to the gym this morning. And then I went grocery shopping. I had most of the ingredients in the house, but yeah, so it's been a long day. Somebody says she gave up on fruit. Actually, for the kids, I made them a chickpea salad. So it's like tuna salad, but I made chickpea salad. And I wanted to eat it so bad, but I said, you know what? I know I'm making this tomorrow. So yesterday, all I had was half of a watermelon, but it was like a big watermelon. So I ate half of it. That's all I ate for dinner yesterday. Because I was getting prepared to eat this today. You see, I'm greedy. It just looked like, because the plate is big, but they all like in little. But yeah, you know, some people do eat less than this, so maybe I am greedy. Someone said, is that all vegan food? It looks good. Yes, it's all vegan. So I make these, I make the cheese sauce for the mac and cheese out of cashews. The recipe is on my YouTube channel, but yeah, with cashews, and it has coconut milk, nutritional yeast, apple cider vinegar, fresh lime to make like the sauce, right? And then I add jerk seasoning to it. But you can make regular mac. Because like for the kids, they don't like spicy stuff. So I made regular mac for them. And then these are fried oyster mushrooms. right here. And this is barbecue jerk. Someone said looks incredible. You stay eating good. Thank you. Thank you. Is it Ricky or Reiki? Someone said why the mac and cheese is brown. Because I made it jerk. So it's jerk mac and cheese. So it's spicy. It got jerk in it. Someone said, damn, that ish look good. Thank you. Listen, I was in the mood for this. And usually I make this like once or twice a year. Because it takes so long to make. And because like I enjoy eating it for the holidays, right? But then I was in the mood for it. And I said, I can't wait till November. That's a whole 2 months away. 3 months, because September too. Someone said, what made you go vegan? Yeah, I was already changing my diet. So I have 11 years without eating any red meat. And I've been vegan going on 7 years. In November, it will be 7 years. So, yeah, I was removing things out of my diet. I was on a lean diet where I was just eating chicken, turkey, and fish. And then I slowly started cutting everything off. I cut the dairy. And then I was watching Dr. Sebi, and that's what kind of motivated me to go vegan. So here we are. Almost 7 years later. So good. Someone said looks fire. Thank you. Hey, Steve. You say you was bit by a roach? Should you be concerned? I don't know. You gotta check that out. Google it. That's what we do, right? Google it. The greens are super tender. This cornbread, though, look at that. No eggs, no dairy, all clean ingredients. How long it took me? Well, I have kids, so I'm gonna say usually it would have took me less time. Um, it took me about 5 hours to cook. But like if you're multitasking, you're doing stuff, it's gonna take you longer. You gotta think about it. This is basically a whole Thanksgiving meal. Mike said he wants some. What you want? The mac and cheese, cornbread, fried oyster mushrooms. The cornbread is fire. Take a bite. Ah, take a bite. Ah. Somebody said, what? 5 hours is crazy. So I make everything from scratch. I make the cornbread from scratch. Like literally every single recipe is, I don't buy box cornbread. So it has like spelt flour, pastry flour, cornmeal, maple syrup, avocado oil. I use avocado oil as my butter replacement. And what else? Baking powder, baking soda. What else? Yeah, so instead of honey, I use maple syrup. I use 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup when I make my cornbread. But yeah, my cornbread recipe is on my YouTube channel. So I make that from scratch. Then I make the cheese sauce from scratch. I soak cashews. I started soaking the cashews in the morning. They only need to soak for 2 to 2 hours minimum. So they were soaking like all morning while I was at the gym. And I went to the grocery store. So they were soaking for like probably like 4 hours. So I had to make the cheese sauce. I had to boil the noodles, the candy yams. I boil the candy yams so they get like soft, but not super soft. And then where they're still kind of hard, and then I cut them, and then I layer it on a pan, put all my ingredients and stuff, and then I put it in the oven for like over an hour. And then when I make my collard greens, I cut the stems. I only leave like the thin part of the collard greens of the stem. So then the oyster mushrooms, I had to make the flour and everything from scratch. So yeah, it takes a while. Then I made the sauce. So it takes a while. So when I'm making Thanksgiving food, because I usually make like more than this. Like I'll make rice and I make a whole bunch of stuff. And when I make a whole Thanksgiving meal, it takes me all day cooking. He said I need to work on my presentation. I put it like this because the collard greens, it has a lot of juice and stuff. And if like the cornbread sits on the sauce and stuff and the oyster mushroom, it's gonna get soggy. So I like to keep it separate. Do I pre-cook some of my food and freeze it? No. I cook every day. So I'll be like, what am I in the mood for? and then I just cook it. Or sometimes I ask my daughter in the morning, I'm like, what do you want to eat for dinner? Literally, when I told her I was making this, she was like, Thanksgiving food? She was like, Thanksgiving? And I was like, no, it's not Thanksgiving. I just want to make it. She already know I make this usually for Thanksgiving. When I make like the rice, I usually use farro. So I use a different grain. Cause like when I make like when I for Thanksgiving, I usually go like soul food and Caribbean food. So it'd be like a mix. Like I do like this dish that's called arroz con guandule, which is like rice and peas. But I usually make it with farro. The greens look good. Yeah, they're nice and tender. I put some red onions. I let some red onions and garlic like sauteed, and then I added my greens. And then I use vegetable broth. So it's pretty easy. Like you just substitute with your, so like say you make greens with like beef stock or whatever you make, or chicken broth or whatever you make your greens with. Just if you're trying to go plant-based, you would just do vegetable broth. You want a plate? I got you. Come over. I'm gonna definitely have some leftovers because I made a whole. I should have probably made half a batch of cornbread, but I didn't. Someone said, "Do you speak Spanish?" Yes. I put a little bit of hot sauce. The hot sauce I use is Cloud. Is it Cloud 23? I think it's Cloud 23. It's really spicy, so it's really hot. So I only added a little bit to it. And I kind of mixed it in there, but it's hot. Somebody said the cornbread is gonna slap tomorrow. When I tell you it's so good right now, super good. And these yams, I add pineapple to my yams. It's so good. Yes, I can speak Spanish. Is he trolling? Because he has like 50 times. Somebody said, what's the drink? It's raspberries. I use limes, ginger, mint. To sweeten it, I use blue agave so it doesn't have any sugar added. Then I use some alkaline water. And that's it. Blend it, strain it, and then raspberry lemonade. But I add a lot of ginger to mine, so it has like a kick to it. Somebody said, what concealer do I use? I don't use any concealer. I don't use foundation or any of that. Someone said, how are you today? I'm doing good. How are you? Someone said, I was about to ask about the yams. What was your question about the yams? Someone says, greeting, friend. Greetings. Someone said, what are yams? Great question. Is a sweet potato. That's what yams are. Sweet potatoes. And there's like different type of sweet potatoes. They got the purple ones. But these are like the orange looking ones. You look native or Taino? Well, my dad is Dominican and mother is half Dominican, half Puerto Rican. Somebody said, what do you make? So I made collard greens. These are collard greens. This is fried oyster mushroom, so it's my replacement for fried chicken. Then I have mac and cheese, but this mac and cheese I added jerk seasoning to it, so that's why it's that color. I made some cornbread and some candied yams. And all candied yam is like it has sugar and it's sweet potatoes. Yeah, they got purple potatoes. Well, purple potatoes, and they're sweet. I'm in the USA. This, if you're not from the States and you don't know where this food comes from, it's originated in the South. This is considered Southern food, okay? Which is my fave. I love me some Southern food, okay? Someone said, are you live somewhere else? Yes, on YouTube. Someone said, that looks so bomb. Thank you. Hey, Severe. Hello, Carlos. Chris. How are you? Look, Chris says, Louisiana cooking, sweetheart. Are you in Texas? No, I'm in Florida. Never seen them. I remember you cook like a girly girl. Thank you. So these are fried oyster mushrooms. So this is supposed to be like our chicken replacement. And then I have barbecue jerk that I'm dipping it on. So the jerk comes from like Jamaicans, my Caribbean people. Okay, they be making a lot of like jerk chicken. I think they have made jerk mac and cheese. I'm not sure, but they put jerk in a lot of things, and so yeah. So this food right here is like soul food slash got a little bit of Jamaican going on, Jamaican food going on. You know, Jamaicans make mac and cheese too. Thank you for the sub. Oh. Hey Duke, how are you? I'm reading the comments, you guys, so have patience with me. Someone said, again, she's eating. I gotta eat to survive. Someone said, hey, it's my birthday. Can I get a shout out? Hi Pat. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Do you prepare the food? Yes. It took me, listen, so I'm gonna say 5 hours because I started around 3 something. I'm gonna say it was closer to 4. So maybe 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. 4 or 5 hours it took. Somebody said, I want to know what's on the plate. So this is collard greens, fried oyster mushroom, cornbread, candied yams, which is a sweet potato, and mac and cheese. But this is jerk mac and cheese. Hello, Victor. How are you? Pat said, thank you for the birthday shout out. Hello, Lopez Mejia. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Someone said, I'm in Hollywood, Florida, if you need some. How far is Hollywood, Florida? I don't know. Is that the name of your store? Hollywood Jewels? Listen, if you want to sell me jewelry, and you need to have like New York prices. Okay? I'm a hustler, baby. I need I need the good prices, okay? No, I know what gold goes for. So all I wear is gold though. I don't wear nothing else. Fried oyster mushroom. Yeah, so fried oyster mushrooms are like the closest to like chicken. So you can do like fajitas with them. It's like so versatile. You can make fried chicken. But they're so good. I eat oyster mushrooms a couple times a week. I put them on top of my pizza. You guys, I don't want to block anyone, but if you're spamming the comments, you're going to have to get blocked because I can't see other people's comments. So if you're not doing it on purpose, just please don't do it. Is it Cora? Am I saying it right? Shout out to Cora Sanders. How are you? Somebody said, what's up, beautiful? What's up? How are you? Hi, Jasmine. How you doing? How do I cook collard greens? Good question. Okay, so when I make collard greens, I like to saute some red onions. I dice them. Add some fresh garlic, like a good amount of garlic. Let it saute in some avocado oil, right? And then you're going to add your greens. Let your greens like start cooking down, and then you add your vegetable broth. Then I add a whole bunch of seasonings. I use adobo seasoning, but the adobo seasoning I use is from Whole Foods. It doesn't have any MSG in it. I add smoked paprika, regular paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. I even use a nettle powder. That's one of my secrets. I use a nettle powder. Okay. I use a nettle powder. I use thyme. You can use fresh and dry thyme, but I didn't have any fresh thyme. I used dry thyme. What else did I add? I think that's about it. Oh, turmeric. I add some turmeric in there. And that's how I make it. And just let it cook. I don't like to add too much vegetable broth. I like to, once it cooks down, I like to put it right under the, so say the greens are right here. I like to put it right under there. Because with a spoon, you can just make sure it goes down. And then just let it cook, and that's it. And wait till they get tender. Somebody said that looks so good. I gotta have my meat. You gotta try oyster mushrooms. They're so good. That's my meat replacement. He said he got better than New York prices, but keep in mind, gold is going up. I don't hustle. Miami, check me out. Hollywood Jewels. Okay. Okay. Now we talking. So I'm gonna see how far it is. And so when I need some, because I actually want to get a chain for my daughter. I'm gonna get her a chain, but this birthday was epic. She had an epic birthday, okay? So if I get her chain, it's for next birthday. Her next birthday. When I tell you her birthday was so epic, she had her grandparents here. They came from out of town to come see her. And I did like a whole Gabby house because that's who she likes. And she kind of looked like her too. Gabby dollhouse. I did everything like Gabby dollhouse. She got the Switch 2. She wanted the Switch 2. Then she got 3 games. Mario Kart, Kirby, and Donkey Kong. Mind you, the Kirby one came out on her birthday. So I had to go pick that up. Same day. Okay. The girl is spoiled. Okay. And then on top of that, then she got other gifts. You know, I'm not going to name all the gifts, but she got other gifts. And then took her to Disney World. She went to all 4 parks. The girl spoiled. And then on top of that, she got new clothes, new sneakers. Then she got a whole bunch of arts and craft that I bought this week because I like to do arts and crafts with my kids. So the girl is spoiled when I tell you. So, but I do want to get her a chain for her next birthday though. Someone said I look Ethiopian. Yeah, they tell me that. They tell me that all the time. Someone said I thought beautiful girls don't eat that much. Man, there's some girls that can eat that are slim like this and are beautiful girls, and they be throwing down. Okay. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat all this because if I would have started eating earlier, I would have probably ate all of it. But like after a certain time, I don't even be hungry anymore. But it's better for me. I listen. Tomorrow, it don't look like I'm gonna cook because I got leftovers, and I don't like to waste food. So we eating leftovers tomorrow. Okay. I cooked it. I started early and I started cooking it. Let me tell you what I cooked in order, right? So I started with the candy yams. I was like, let me get those out the way because they got to be in the oven for a while. So I made the candy yams. Then I made no, matter of fact, I had my sweet potatoes boiling when I was making my cheese sauce for my mac and cheese. So I was making the cheese sauce while the sweet potatoes were boiling. Then I made the cheese sauce, got the sweet potatoes, and started cutting them, putting them in the oven. Then I put those in the oven. Then I started boiling my noodles, started making the cornbread. Then after I made the cornbread, I started on, and once I because once you boil your noodles, you still got to add the cheese to your noodles. So I added the cheese, put it in the oven, started making the collard greens. Once I started making the collard greens, I started battering. I already had, when I was making my cornbread, I was also making the batter for the oyster mushrooms. So I had that on the side. Cause so I do milk and apple cider vinegar, and that's what's gonna curdle it and make it into buttermilk. Right? So I made buttermilk, and it's better when you have it sit for a while, because then it's really gonna stick, like when you batter it into your dry batter, right? So I had already made that. So all I had to do was get the mushrooms ready to be battered. So that was the last thing. And then I fried the oyster mushrooms And then I made this sauce. And I made this sauce. I only added barbecue. I already buy my barbecue sauce. It has clean ingredients, and then I add jerk seasoning. I buy this brand. I think it's called Walkwood or something. So I just add both of those together and make the sauce. That's it. This juice I had made yesterday, so I still had some left over. But I make this drink like every 2 days. If I would have made this drink today, I would have probably been on this live. Like, I probably would have just got on this live. What meat I put in my greens? I don't put no meat on my greens. No need. No need for meat. I just season it. I just season it. You know, put some fresh onions, garlic. It's simple. Now, if you want to put like meat in it, you could probably do some like king oyster mushrooms and kind of like cook it to the side and then add it to it. No meat in the greens. No meat. And look how tender and juicy they are. You put canned tunas in your greens? That's the first time I heard that. I heard people put like what is it, turkey neck, or like a turkey, what is it called, like I don't know, they be using like turkey neck and stuff like that. I used to make it like that when I used to eat meat. Yeah, turkey leg. Yeah, you used to use turkey. Yeah, in the neck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know. I used to make it like that. That's why I add smoked paprika, because it gives it that smoky taste. Turkey tail? I haven't seen that one. Oh yeah, I use salt too. I use pink Himalayan salt. So I only use pink Himalayan salt when I'm cooking. Or sea salt. But mostly pink Himalayan salt. Someone said you look like you have pretty feet. I actually do have pretty feet. One day I'll show you guys my feet, because you guys ask me so many times, show your feet, show your feet. I get why you guys do it, because I'm a feet person too. Like, I want to see somebody's feet. Let me see what your feet is looking like. I think what is a good plant-based breakfast? I just had a good breakfast this weekend, which I had some pancakes. I had some grits. What else did I have? I had grits. I had pancakes. I had a smoothie. Oh, and some potatoes. And you could add some veggie sausage if you want like some sausage. There's this brand that I get. I don't know the brand right now, but it's if you go to Publix and you go to the plant, where they have all the plant-based sausage, which is usually where they have like the cheeses and stuff. It's like near the produce section, right? When the label is green and it's called a veggie sausage. It's a veggie sausage. And literally has, I think, mushrooms and vegetables. That's it in the sausage. And so I like to cut it up like in half, and then I cut it again like in the middle. And then I just put a little bit of oil in the pan and just let it crisp up a little bit. And that's how I cook it. You could have that for breakfast if you want like a big breakfast. If you want something, I would do something like that. But if you're trying to like not eat so much, maybe like a smoothie, fresh fruit, because like the only time I eat something that heavy is like on the weekends. It'd be on the weekends. And sometimes even the weekends I kind of skip breakfast unless I just have a smoothie. Hey Steven, my dad is Dominican and my mother's half Dominican, half Puerto Rican. You guys be straight trolling. No, I don't use anything to whiten my teeth. I use this tooth paste. It's from Whole Foods. And it has like what's it? I think it has like tea tree oil. It tastes nasty, but I love to brush my teeth with it. I'll have to tell you guys the brand, but yeah, that's what I use. You like the food? I'm getting full, you guys, because it's late. Usually, if I started eating at 6 o'clock, I would have probably been done with this. But I don't be hungry around this time. It's kind of late. It's almost 10 o'clock. Thank you, Jim. Jim said food looks delicious. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't expect me to speak English? What language you thought I spoke? You guys, when I make my oyster mushrooms, I don't use cornstarch. I use arrowroot powder. So whenever you're using cornstarch, replace it to arrowroot powder. You get the Bob's Mill brand. And I'm telling you, see how crunchy that is? And it's been sitting here. Look. It's crunchy. No cornstarch. So that's the secret, you guys. Put some pineapple in your yams. So good. I don't like mushy. I don't like mushy yams. I like them to be tender. So the way to get this, you boil it. You boil it to get kind of soft. Not, it's still gonna be hard in the middle. You're gonna cut it into these slices. Put it in the oven. But you're gonna put I put coconut milk in it. I use Muscovado brown sugar. I use date syrup, maple syrup, cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of clove, just a little bit. Okay. And you just keep doing that until it gets to the top. Put it in the oven. I cover mine. I covered the top with some aluminum foil, cooked it for an hour. Then I cooked it for an extra like 15 minutes after that. So like an hour and 15 minutes in total. But cover it. And you're going to use, I use a little bit less than a can of coconut milk. A little bit less than a can. But again, my recipe is on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in making it, you got the recipe. Somebody said that looks like soul food. It is. It's some soul food. The only thing I did different was that I made my kids regular mac and cheese, but I put jerk on mine because I was in the mood for some jerk. This is cornbread. This is cornbread. No dairy, no eggs. Clean ingredients. It has spelt flour, whole wheat pastry flour, Muscovado brown sugar, a little bit of salt, baking soda, baking powder, avocado oil instead of butter, almond milk, apple cider vinegar, fresh lime, and I use instead of honey, I use maple syrup. Maple syrup. Yes, I cook very healthy. The cleanest it can be. And my cheese sauce is made out of cashews. All clean ingredients as well. My fried oyster mushroom, no cornstarch, no meat in my greens, and no starch or anything like that. Nothing starchy. No, I'm not at a restaurant. Someone said, "Are you a chef?" Yes, I consider myself a chef. I'm self-taught. I'm self-taught, but I've been cooking since I was like, I'm gonna say, I made simple things when I was like 13, 15, but when I started really like making like lasagna and things like that, I was 17, 18 years old. I'm 32. So I've been cooking for a while. And like I said, I cooked meat before. So why do you have acne? So I've always suffered from acne. I used to have like my whole cheeks used to be full of acne. That's what kind of made me change my diet to begin with. But that's the way my body removes toxins. And I just broke out. I just broke out, and it's because I don't drink. I don't drink, right? And I was on vacation and I had some wine And right after the wine, the next day, I broke out. So, yeah, I'm sensitive like that. My skin is very sensitive. So, like, in reality, the way I should be eating is like 100% like my body does the best when, like, my skin does the best when I'm like on a raw vegan diet, just eating fruits and vegetables and hydrating myself a lot with coconut water and stuff like that and juicing. But like if I juice a lot, my skin starts to clear. Um, but yeah, that's the way my skin is. You got people that can eat horrible and have beautiful skin, and it'd be crazy. Like they don't have no acne whatsoever. And but that's how I've always suffered from acne. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's part of my story. That's the reason why I even started changing my diet. Because when I tell you I used to break out all right here, I used to break out. Yeah. Someone say your skin is beautiful. Thank you. But literally, this right here, that wine I had, literally, that's why it's good to like when you're eating something that you see your reactions because sometimes your body lets you know right away. I didn't have no more wine after that. I said no. Mm-mm. But yeah, I had some wine and I had like more than a year without having any wine. So I think that's what it was. No, I know for a fact that that's what it was because right after I had it, I broke out. That morning was like bloop, bloop, bloop. All three of those. It was three bumps. Boom, boom, boom. And this wasn't even supposed to be there. But this side of my face is clear. Yeah. Somebody said that the skin turned golden when they have like lemonade and stuff. Yeah, when you start like really look, I'm going on a raw vegan diet starting in January and I'm gonna do it for 3 months. That's the longest I've ever done it for because I've always done a month. So I'm gonna do 3 months and watch my skin. Watch my skin and watch how much weight I shed and everything. I'm telling you. I'm gonna do it for 3 months. January, February, and March. I'll be going on a raw vegan diet where I'm just gonna have no cooked foods, just all fruits and veggies, green juices. Someone said I believe you. No, so like in the past, when I first started doing raw vegan, I was literally doing it only once a year when I first started. So like the first 2 years, I was just doing 30 days in that 1 year. Then I started doing 2 times a year. And I told myself, you know what? Your body does amazing when you do a raw vegan diet. Try 3 months. Just try it. See how it works out. So who knows? Maybe I'll go raw vegan after 3 months of going raw vegan. Where do you go? Where do you vacation to? I went to Orlando and for my daughter's birthday, we did Disney. We went to Disney for that week. And so the first day I got there, I'm like, ooh, let me open up this wine. And I had this wine for over a year in my fridge, just sitting there. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take it on vacation and have a drink. And so I probably had like a drink and a half. Because, I haven't drank in a while. So I'm like, this whole bottle, because it gets flat after, you don't drink it. So I drank the wine, and that's when I broke out the next day. I was like, oh no, it was the wine. Hey Jason, I got you. I'll save you a plate. I have leftovers. When I tell you I made a big thing of candy yams, mac and cheese, everything. Mm-hmm. No, I believe you. That's why I make this drink all the time. This drink right here. This is a raspberry lemonade. It has raspberry. Instead of lemons, I use limes. It has ginger, mint, agave to sweeten. But I add a lot of ginger. So like I add like maybe a little bit over, maybe a handful of ginger. And then I add a lot of mint to it and everything. Because Mario said, you still haven't finished eating? Yeah, because this is a lot of food and around this time I don't eat this late. So I thought I was gonna eat it because like I said, I didn't eat nothing all day. I had a guava. I bought a guava from Whole Foods today. And I ate it. I ate it before I started cooking. And that's the only thing I had. Then yesterday, because I knew I was making this, I only had watermelon. I ate half of a watermelon yesterday. Because I was like, I don't want to overdo it, because I had made a chickpea salad. So it's like kind of like a tuna salad, but instead of tuna, I used chickpeas. So I made that yesterday. And I was like, I can't eat this and then go ahead and make soul food tomorrow. So I said, you know what? I'm just eat fruit. And that's what I did. I haven't made Vietnamese spring rolls, but I made do they add something different to it? Because I think I have just made like Chinese spring rolls. Like it has like the bean, what is it called? Bean sprout. The bean sprout, carrots, cabbage, and onions. The spring rolls I make. That's funny you brought that up because I was gonna make that for my daughter's birthday, but I ended up making quesadillas. But what's the difference from Chinese spring rolls and Vietnamese spring rolls? You said Tabitha Brown came to taste it and loved it. Huh? I'm confused. She went to taste what? Someone said chickpea. Mario, don't knock it till you try it. Chickpeas are good. You never had hummus? You never had hummus? You had egg rolls yesterday? I haven't made spring rolls in a while, but I was gonna make it for my daughter's birthday. But then, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to make it the night prior, freeze it, and then just fry it the next day, right? And I didn't get to do that, so I said, you know what, I'm not making it. I'm gonna just make some quesadillas. So I ended up making quesadillas. Yeah, if you don't like hummus, you won't like chickpeas. Because, that's how you make hummus out of chickpeas. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna eat a little bit more of my greens and then I'm done. The Vietnamese one has cucumber and lettuce added. So, is it lettuce or bok choy? Because I know they be using a lot of bok choy. I'm gonna have to try it with the cucumber and the lettuce. No, I'm not gonna eat all of this. A different day I would have, but today I'm full. So is lettuce. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I'll make it for my son's birthday. Birthday in October. I like to try any food as long as it's delicious. Yes, that's that's how it should be. That's how we tell people you shouldn't knock it till you try it. Give it a chance. And if you don't like it, then you could say, "Oh, I would never eat that again." Say whatever you're gonna say, but at least give it a try. Because if you eat candy yams, you eat mac and cheese. Yes, it's gonna taste a slight difference because it doesn't have the same exact ingredients, but it has still a lot of the ingredients that you put. Yeah, I make it myself. Where are you from? I'm originally from New York, but I live in Florida. Someone said nice nails. Thank you. I found a nail tech. I used to my old nail tech, she moved to California. So I had no nail tech, but I found one. So I'm like happy with her. Um Severe said, let me get some mac and cheese. Here, you can have it. I'm full. You like jerk though? It has jerk in it. Someone said, me too, raised in Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to New York. You guys ready? Fight night. Listen, so if you're not, sometimes you have to pay for like the fights if you watch boxing and stuff. But the fight that's gonna happen this Saturday is actually gonna be on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can watch the fight for free. You going for Crawford? Yeah, I might go live. I'm thinking I'm gonna do some cauliflower wings. I think I'm gonna do cauliflower wings and just carrots and celery and make like a homemade ranch dressing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just do that. Keep it light since I've been eating like this all week. What fight is it? It's Canelo versus Crawford. Terrence Crawford. If I'm saying his name right. Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. The weight classes are for a reason, and I do like think Canelo's gonna win. Not because I've watched both of them fight, so it's not like I'm a fan of neither one. I've watched them though. I watched a couple of their fights. I might have seen more Canelo fights than Terrence Crawford, but like I said, my honest opinion is like he's going up like how many weight classes? Like 3 or 4 weight classes, and I think he's gonna be, too big for him. Usually when they big like that, they're stronger. So just going off of that, I think he's gonna win. But we'll see. Maybe Terrence is gonna surprise us and somehow beat Canelo. Yeah, Canelo can fight. So yeah, I'm not a fan either, but I've watched them fight a lot. I've watched a lot of their fights. So in my opinion, I think Canelo's gonna win. Have you ever had a stuffed sweet potato? Yes. Um, I've made it like with mushrooms, bell peppers, and I even put pecans on top of it. Make like a pecan sauce and drizzle it on top. But yeah, I think Canelo. Mm-hmm. We'll see though. Hopefully he don't beat him up too bad. You want to try one? Maybe you could probably stuff it with some mac and cheese too. Stuff it with some mac and cheese on top and some mushrooms. Hi Esther, how are you? Don't spam the comments, okay? We get it. Somebody said Trump for 2028. Hey Steven, you watch boxing? Are you guys ready for Saturday? Saturday night. Yeah, I'm gonna have to block him because I thought he was going to stop as soon as I told him, but he wants to keep going. Severe is ready to... Severe, you gonna get in the rings with... You gonna get in the ring with the trolls? Hey, Randy, thank you. Thank you for the hearts. You guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? Don't lose my page. Because I know sometimes you guys watch me and they're like, oh, I never subscribed, so couldn't find your page. So make sure you subscribe. Also, you guys, I'm doing a giveaway. I know I forget to mention it when I go live, but I'm doing a giveaway where I'm giving... it's a food processor / blender, okay? Once I get to 10,000 subscribers. So make sure you enter the giveaway, okay? And then I'm going to do, so it's 3 winners. The first one will get the blender / food processor, and the other 2 will get $100 worth of baked goods, baked by Johanny, yours truly. And yeah, so I have a business called Dulce Perfections, where I make baked goods. So you will get all the flavors, $100 worth of it shipped to you for free once we get to 10,000 subscribers. So help me get there, you guys. Okay. They're better. If you like crumble, you're going to like my baked goods because they're better than crumble. And if you think crumbles cookies are too sugary, then you will definitely like my cookies, okay? Because I don't put that much sugar in them. They actually like a perfect balance. So you guys, get me to 10,000 followers. Yes, make sure you enter the giveaway because to this day, no one has entered. They've asked me about it and they haven't properly entered the giveaway, okay? Go to that video where I speak about the giveaway, and it gives you all the details. Okay, watch the video. But you have to tag 3 people underneath that video, and you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel and 1 other platform. Okay? But no one has actually, because you can't enter the giveaway if I don't know who's entering. So make sure you enter the proper way. If we get to the time where I do have 10,000 followers and no one has done it properly, we'll do like a little raffle or something and we can do it then. Either way, I'm still doing the giveaway, okay? Okay, thank you. Yeah, you guys, don't forget to hit the like button. That helps my page to get more traction. You know, I'm pretty cool. I'm a pretty cool person, okay? I'm not like other vegans. You know, some vegans are cool, but you got some that are like obsessed and want to like force people to be vegan. And that's not what my page is about. My page is mostly about health. And I just show the vegan part is just my lifestyle. So I talk to you guys and tell you how to eat cleaner. And you can still choose to eat whatever you want to eat because you have to make that decision at the end of the day. You're the one that have to make the decision if you want to go vegan or not, or if you want to go leaner, or if you want to be healthier. You know, so that's what I do. Now the vegan part is just because this is the way I eat, you know. So like if you're thinking like, oh, maybe I'll try some vegan food, maybe I should try, well, I don't like the word vegan, but like plant-based, because this is plant-based. Okay, plant-based food, no dairy, no meat. Okay, but you can ask me questions like if you're looking into going into a cleaner diet, because this didn't happen overnight. I've been changing my diet for over 11 years now. So there were certain things that I like removed out of my diet. Do I get sick often? No. No, no, no. The only way I would get sick if someone got me sick. But like if they, they're sneezing and whatever they're, and they're around me. But I be lasting like, I had just got kind of sick. I don't even call that sickness because I was able to function. So I had like a runny nose and my throat was a little deep. So like, I don't know, it was some type of cold. And it's because I go to this gym. And they have a section where they watch the kids. So it's like I'm new to going to a gym where they watch my kids, and the person that was watching the kids wasn't feeling well, but I didn't know. So she got my kids sick, and then I got kind of sick. But like I said, it wasn't like where I was down for too long or anything like that. I wasn't down at all. I was still functioning well. But before that, I lasted over a year without getting sick. So it's always like when I come around new people that are like constantly sick, or like they're sick by the time like they're sick and I'm around them. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are like this, but it's like when I meet, this is why I don't like to really meet new people like that, because I don't know, wherever they carry in whatever bacteria or whatever, we all have our own bacteria and whatever we carry, right, with us. So it's like when something is foreign to your body, that's when you usually get sick, right? So when I meet new people, and then let's say it's like flu season or something, it's usually, and I come around new people, it's usually I might get sick. Yeah, but I definitely shake it off. Yeah, I definitely shake it off quick. I'm telling you, I was straight cooking and everything. I was up cleaning and all of that. I wasn't even on bed rest or anything like that. But before that, like I said, I had over a year without getting sick. Over a year. And the last time I got sick was someone else got me sick. Somebody I had just met and their kid, somebody I had just met and their kid had just started school, got my kids sick. I'm always getting sick through my kids. That's the only way I get sick is through my kids. Because like my son, I still breastfeed my son. So like if he's sick, I'm going to get sick. Now, if I wasn't breastfeeding, I wouldn't get sick. But I feel like that's a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't get sick like that. My immune system is pretty good. I look like a leaf from the Stray Kids. I don't know who that. I don't know who's that. But you guys, look, I'm itching because of mosquitoes. They chewed me up the other day and I'm still scratching. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's different. You just have to learn. You have to learn your body. That's why, like, some people do well on the meat diet, like where their digestive system is still good, and that's why I don't like be like, oh, that's like the only reason why meat. I say meat is like is the way it's being handled now, like how they treating animals and all the hormones and things they put in the meat. But like you got people you have people in them farms and the Caribbean islands and stuff that they eat meat and they last to their 100 something years old and they're considered healthy, So um that's why I don't really oppose. The only thing I oppose is processed meats, like processed foods, fast food, all the fast foods. I don't agree with eating any of that. Fake meat, fake meat, and then meat that you got to be careful because now and days even the organic meat is suspect. Then you got the fish. They doing all type of. I seen a video where there was like fish just swimming to the shore and they were all dead. And so they're putting things in the water, you know. There's things that's happening that is affecting. So if you was eating a healthy fish, that's different. But now you got fish that straight have all type of diseases and then they'll clean it off and then sell it to you. Now you eating a sick fish, right? Or a sick chicken. Cause these chickens they be having don't be getting no sunlight. They be having heart attacks. Their legs be breaking because they be injecting hormones. I mean, watch a documentary about how they raise chickens and stuff. Just watch that. Now, if you had like someone that was raising them and they were healthy and you see them cut it up right there and then and give it to you, then that's different. Most likely you're not going to get sick from, and then chicken is a lean meat. So if you eat a healthy chicken and then you don't eat it all the time, you're good. And then you're eating lots of veggies, you're adding lots of veggies and other things to your diet that are good for you, like juicing and you should be fine. But it's what they doing now is that is concerning. Now I even see like eggs being sick. Like I've never seen like when I used to eat eggs, when I used to buy eggs, I never had a bad egg in I never had a bad egg in my thing. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was like cracked or something. Like it was already cracked. But now you got people that have like a whole entire egg. It's not cracked or anything. And it's bad when they buy it. So no. It looked like I'm eating fufu. No, I actually never had fufu or the African soup. I want to. I want to make like cuz they have a version of like a vegetable one. So I want to try some African food, but I will have to make it. I will have to make it homemade because they be using all type of meats. So I'll probably have to make like a veggie version of it. I know they have like okra um, and different ones. So I do want to try African food. Commercial eggs are a week old in the store. Is what's happening, So we have to be realistic. When people tell me like, oh, but we're supposed to be eating meat and all this other stuff. Okay, but where's the healthy meat? I'm talking about eating meat, but the meat that you buy at the grocery store is no bueno, no good. But like, even if they had healthy meats, I would not eat meat. Cause I just do. Me personally, my body does better. I really should be going raw vegan. My body does amazing with on a raw vegan diet. So it's like it depends on your body. Me, raw vegan. And I know I'm gonna get there, definitely before I'm 40. But I'm 32 right now, so I think it will be much sooner than that. It'll definitely be much sooner than that. Probably by the time I hit 35, I'll probably say, you know what, I'm going raw vegan. What am I eating? So I I'm done eating, but I'll tell you what I made. I made some collard greens, fried oyster mushroom, mac and cheese. I had some cornbread. I destroyed the cornbread. Yeah, there's none left. And then I have candy yams, which is a sweet potato. You eating a turkey sandwich right now? Listen, I watched a documentary. I used to eat turkey sandwiches all the time until I watched this documentary about how they make the lunch meat. Watch that documentary and see if that changes your mind. Do you got babies? I have two, a boy and a girl. Jay, you 35, so you gotta go raw vegan. I think at 35, before I hit 40, I'm definitely gonna go raw vegan. Definitely. I have fried oyster mushrooms. So this is like supposed to be like fried chicken, but I use oyster mushrooms. I was gonna make tacos and then I didn't make tacos. Cause like I told you, I was in the mood for this, so I said I'm gonna make this tomorrow. So I only made something for the kids yesterday. I made them a chickpea salad. Yeah, that deli meat is horrible. It's horrible. I stopped the deli meat before I stopped the chicken. I stopped the deli meat and then I stopped the chicken and then the fish. And then I went vegan. But the red meat was definitely the first thing to go. The red meat was the main cause of my acne. Like if you suffer from acne, try to eat less red meat or get rid of it, you know. If you really want to, cuz like When someone told me like maybe it's the red meat, maybe you should stop eating red meat, I was like, that's that was like my first awakening to like healthy eating, right? Was when someone told me like, because I was like, yo, if I can find a way, this is me talking. So if I can find a way to get rid of my acne, because I didn't know what it was. You know, when you're eating all type of stuff, you don't know where it's coming from. Okay. So for me, it was the red meat and the processed foods. Eating McDonald's, Wendy's, or whatever, all that fast food restaurants is a no for people with acne. That's the first thing you need to let go is the fast food and the red meat. Sarita said, I don't care for red meat. That's good. That's good. That's the first thing that you should let go is the red meat. Go on a leaner diet. Definitely get rid of lunch meat. Switch your oils to like healthier oils and your seasonings. Make sure they don't have any MSG and just go cleaner. Cleaner eating. Start incorporating juicing, eating lots of fruits, you know. What oils do you cook with? So I use avocado oil, coconut oil. When I use olive oil, I drizzle it in food or I make my dressings with olive oil. And like I oil my pasta, like when I make my pasta and you know, I oil it with olive oil. But I don't cook with olive oil. No cooking with olive oil. So avocado oil, coconut oil. If you're gonna fry, if you're gonna fry in high heats, use grapeseed oil or avocado oil. That's what I use. I don't use sesame oil as much, but I do use it when I make like certain Asian dishes that I make sometime. I use some sesame oil. You can use sesame oil. But yeah. You had to stop the mac for a while? The mac and cheese? Yeah, it's probably because of the dairy. You guys, dairy also causes acne. And dairy also causes mucus in the body. So if you have problems with your sinuses, is the mucus. You have buildup mucus. And if you eat a lot of dairy, a lot of cheese and things like that, that's definitely causing it. So try to get rid of the dairy. See what you can substitute it with, you know. Yeah, if you do those things and eat, if you don't want to let go of the meat just yet, and you eat the meat occasionally, you should be fine. As long as you're eating lots of veggies, juicing, and definitely getting rid of the dairy. Dairy is my weakness. Yeah, a lot of people, like you have so many vegetarians, but like that's all they need to let go is the dairy, and they won't let it go. So, but the dairy is one of the worst. I would rather let go. Like if I wasn't vegan and I was transitioning, um, I would let go of the dairy before I let go of the meat. That's how bad it's the dairy. It's really bad. It causes mucus in the body, you guys. And Dr. Sebi talked about it, how mucus, all your body when you have a disease, is your body is not at ease, okay? And that part of your organ has mucus around it. And what causes mucus? The things that you eat. You are what you eat. That's not just a saying, it's true. It's so true. Okay. When I tell you I had some wine and I broke out, one glass of wine. You guys seen me. Severe, you seen me. I had one glass of wine. I had a little bit, like, I added a little bit more wine to my glass, but it was basically just a cup. Broke out. Okay. And some people, they can have clear skin and they can have no symptoms. And it could be something going on internally. And you will never know. Like, you got some people that's why everybody's body is different. Because you got people that uh they think they're eating healthy, but they have a lot of dairy, but they work out and they do certain things, and then somehow they get cancer or they get something else, you know. And they will never know because they think they're doing all the right things, you know, going to the gym, uh, eating healthy, you know. Thank you. Somebody said they think my gap is cute. Thank you. What do you think about Greek yogurt? Yeah, no. I was never like a yogurt person. Like, even when I had dairy and stuff, the only yogurt I would get is like a strawberry yogurt. That's like the only yogurt I would get if I did got yogurt. Um, but I don't do, they have some plant-based ones, you know, and they have probiotic in it, and you know, but I don't know, they have a plant-based Greek yogurt. They probably do. They probably do, but um yeah, I don't do yogurt. I don't do yogurt. Yeah, I don't do yogurt. Look, someone say yogurt has too much sugar. That's another thing, you guys. You gotta stay away from sugar. That that white sugar is horrible. If you're gonna do any sweet, if you want to sweeten your food with something, you could do muscovado brown sugar, you can do agave, maple syrup, date sugar, date syrup. You know, you got so many other alternatives. Raw honey, you can do raw honey, but if you're vegan, raw honey is not considered vegan. I never understood it until one video that I watched where literally they were cutting the honey and the bees were in it. So I'm like, so whoever has honey, they're literally eating particles of bees. So that's why I think they consider it not vegan. Cause you're probably eating some bees and don't even know it. I'm here because of your lion's mane steak video. Everyone loves that video. Yeah, my lion's mane, so good. That steak, like, that's the closest you're gonna get to steak, okay, on a plant-based diet. Severe. You gotta stop doing the sugars. Yeah, so I watched this video of this guy like straight cutting like the honeycombs and there was bees all in it. So I don't think they were dead because I think they lay around the honey, because they produce it. And so I think they die when they're cut in the honey, like cutting the honeycomb. So the reason why it's not considered vegan is because the bees like lay in it, and that's their food source. And, you know, it's like contaminated with their bodies, with their little animal bodies, if that makes sense. I'm telling you a way that I will understand because, like, literally for a couple years, I did not understand why honey wouldn't be considered raw because vegan. I didn't understand why it wouldn't be considered vegan because I'm like, it's not the bees. We're not killing bees. It's just what they produce, the honey, right? Until I actually watched like a bee movie. I watched a cartoon version of a bee movie, and like it showed like the whole process of what they do. And then I watched like what people do when they're collecting the honey. So I also watched. So it wasn't a documentary, but I seen videos of how they collect the honey. And it's like it do be having bees all in it. So yeah. But like if you're not vegan, honey is fine. If you're not vegan, honey is fine. You can do honey. You're not gonna die from honey. You're not gonna get cancer from honey. Okay? Oh yeah, definitely. Usually men have a better metabolism than women, but it all depends, because then you have some men that their metabolism is not as high. So it just depends. It's all genetics. Somebody said, why do you look like that? Look what I look like. All right, you guys, I'm gonna stay 2 more minutes. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know right now before I go. Yeah, people's hormones are different. Like I said, my body, the way my body is, like sometimes I go to, it could be a vegan restaurant, but if they're not using clean oils to like fry certain things, or like my body breaks, like I told you, I break out. I've always had an issue with acne. So if I go like to a restaurant, and that's how I know if they're not really clean and stuff, is usually how my body reacts after eating their food. But that's why I stay away from restaurants. Because you would never know. They're using clean oils and, you know. Hey, Dylan. Thank you. Is it Peanut? Peanut? Hi, Peanut. How are you? No, I literally had that one wine when I went live, and that's it. Severe. I didn't drink anymore. After I woke up with the couple pimples, I said, I still have the bottle right there sitting. I said, no, no. And it's probably because, wine has like natural sugars in it, like concentrated. And maybe that's why. I don't know. And I haven't had it in so long. Where do you study nutrition and medicine? I am self-taught. I taught myself how to cook, and what I've done is done research and watch a lot of documentaries and things like that. But no, I didn't actually study it well, I did study it in a way where it's like did my own research, but I didn't actually go to school for like nutrition and nothing like that. So no. It might be something I want to do like in the future. Um, just to get myself even more informed, you know? Because it's always good to like know. Know what's good for you, what's not good for you. My personal trainer. I've been going to the gym. Right now I've been just doing a lot of cardio, and I probably do a little bit of weights tomorrow. Probably do arms. I probably work on arms tomorrow. You ever make an old-fashioned pecan pie? That, I wanted to make it last year, and I might make it this year because I've always wanted a pecan pie. Like I've made like a pecan sauce that I put on top of my sweet potatoes, and I know a pecan pie is gonna be really, really good because I like pecans. But I haven't made a pecan pie. No, I want to make it, and I'll probably make it this year. Let's see how I feel. No, no, I'm just getting back to the gym. I'm just getting back to the gym. I'm not ready. I Listen, I got a little muscle right there. Little muscle. Chrissy, hi. All right, you guys, I've been on this live for a while. A while now. I'm gonna leave this for tomorrow because I'm not gonna eat no more. I'm full. But you guys, I hope you guys have a great night. If I don't go live tomorrow, then I'll definitely go live. What's tomorrow? Thursday? I'll go live Friday. Okay? So if I don't go live tomorrow, I'll definitely go Friday. And you guys know I'm gonna go live on Saturday for the fight night. I'm gonna have some cauliflower wings and some carrots and celery. That's what I'm gonna have. Okay? But like I said, tomorrow, if I don't go live, because I'm gonna eat the same thing. So you guys, I'm gonna eat the same thing. I have leftovers, okay? Made a lot of food. So you guys are probably gonna see me Friday, most likely. Okay? You still struggling with that? No, I'm done with this plate. I'll heat it up for tomorrow. But all right, you guys. Love you guys. Have a good night. Good night, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. See you Friday.